Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to do this video. Okay, so I know it's going to be very different from what I usually post. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mary and I make videos budgeting my paychecks every week and just showing you guys like my finances and how I'm trying to get out of debt. But we are not going to talk about that today. We are going to talk about my first trimester, how I survived it, because I am in such a better place, thank the Lord Jesus, because the first trimester on me is just so tough. So this is my second pregnancy, so I feel like I can officially say that like first trimester, at least with me, just it takes a toll on me. Like I'm sure it does a lot of people. You hear all about how hard first trimester can be, so I can say that it was, but it does get better. So if you are in the same boat, don't worry, it sucks, but it's also a beautiful blessing and it will get better with time. So with that being said, if this is something that you are interested in watching, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here, not only to just follow along with pregnancy and lifestyle stuff, but also if you're someone who is trying to get out of debt and just better your finances, that's what I'm trying to do, so we can help each other out here. To talk about my first trimester, I'm gonna go over my symptoms and all that stuff. I have some goodies too that I bought. So because I am more of like trying to be on a budget, I didn't go crazy and buy a bunch of stuff. I know you usually want to when it's like, especially when it's like your first pregnancy, but I really kept it very minimal. And honestly, like my whole first trimester was during the main time of quarantine. So I was pretty much home all the time because we had to. And of course being pregnant, like I completely freaked out because all of a sudden there's this new virus that no one knows anything about, and I just find out that I'm pregnant and I'm like, oh my God. So I stayed my little butt home and didn't do anything. So there was nothing for me to buy except like the essentials and just little things to really help me get through it. First thing is getting pregnant, which me and my husband did plan to get pregnant. We did go the first month, like only 1 month of trying to do it without tracking my ovulation. So we did it like all the time and just kind of see what would happen. But it didn't work getting pregnant doing it that way, even though my husband enjoyed doing it all the time without me saying like, it's ovulation day. I bought myself an ovulation kit because apparently my ovulation day is off by a few days. So that will definitely make a difference if you're trying to get pregnant and you're thinking you're doing it on your ovulation day, but you're not. So this is why this helps. And I bought this one. It's Easy Home. It's called Easy Home, and I bought it off of Amazon. Very, very affordable. And I will link it down below along with everything else that I mentioned. So what it is pretty much like these little like pea sticks, which I had one open. I don't know where it is. These little pea sticks, and it tracks when you're the most fertile and it will show you what to look for. So once it shows like these two solid double lines, that means that your hormones are like at its highest and it's time to do the things. So now that we have how I got pregnant, let's talk about symptoms, because I went through so many symptoms. So leading up, at first I didn't think that I was pregnant because the symptoms that I had were pretty much just cramping and breast soreness. With my first pregnancy, I do remember having a lot of discharge. So TMI, by the way, we're going to talk about pregnancy. So of course, that's going to be a lot of stuff. So I had a lot of discharge my first time around, but I didn't have it this time. So I didn't think that I was pregnant. All I had was the cramping and the soreness of my breast. But it turns out that I was, so that wasn't always like the same, I guess it wasn't always like the same thing like I expected the first time around. But anyway, so after I did find out that I was pregnant, everything was fine. Like I was feeling great up until 6 weeks. That's really when all of my symptoms started. And the first thing that started for me and that still lingered up until like maybe 2 weeks ago, which by the way, I'm 19 weeks pregnant now, was heartburn. I started getting so much heartburn, which really I read is a symptom of acid reflux. So you get a lot of acid reflux. Oh my gosh, I would get that like all day, every single day. I feel like it's like one of the worst symptoms because you just, it's just so uncomfortable no matter what you eat, no matter how many times you eat, like you just feel so uncomfortable. And only a few things helped relieve it, which wasn't even for very long. What was it? Oh, it was cantaloupe. Cantaloupe helped me so much with heartburn. So the minute that I would feel like the symptoms of like my stomach already like feeling like it was on fire, I would go ahead and eat cantaloupe, and that really calmed it down, which cantaloupe is actually good for that. That with some other fruits, so I would like definitely Google and see what type of fruits are helpful for that. But this one is known to like pretty much like balance out the acids, I guess. I don't know, but it worked so good. I tried taking Tums, but Tums did nothing for me. And you could go to the doctor. I've heard some people who get it really, really bad, like they can get prescribed something, but I really just try to do things naturally. So one, I just pretty much like rolled the wave because I knew it was gonna pass. It's the same symptoms that I got with my first pregnancy, and I just pretty much just went through it. So this is just something FYI, like you are gonna feel so bad, but just remember it does get better because I feel so much better now. But that is just one big symptom that I had, was that acid reflux, and really what helped a lot was eating that cantaloupe. And then like warm drinks, I would say helped. I did try the peppermint tea, but I didn't like it. Like after a few days, I just was nauseous about it. The only tea that I liked that I can pretty much drink every day and not get tired of is chamomile tea. It's caffeine free, very relaxing. I just drink it with some honey whenever I felt like I wanted something hot or warm or whatever. That would really be the only tea that I go to. And then when it comes to other drinks during my first trimester, I of course drank as much water as I possibly could, which is a very big deal for me because with my first trimester, I was induced early at 37 weeks because my fluid dropped. So it's called oligo when your fluid, the amniotic fluid, gets really, really low. And of course, I don't know if it's because of not drinking enough water the first time around. I don't know. But I am making it a priority to drink my water. So with that being said, the other thing that I did buy was a Yeti. This is my first Yeti. I never thought that I would own one, honestly, but I'm not a big water drinker or anything like that. But this little guy, well, he's huge actually. That's what she said. I'm so unsure. I've never owned one, but I heard that this is really good in helping keeping your water cold, which is what I wanted. Like when I drink water, I want it to be super, super cold. So this actually helps, and it's helping me drink my water. And I like this little handle because it's just easy for me to grab and take when I go out, especially now that it's so hot. Oh my gosh. So I take this with me everywhere, and it's really helping me drink my water and keeping my water nice and cold. And then I also wanted cranberry juice, which is very weird because since I had the symptoms of like the heartburn and stuff, like you would think that cranberry juice, since it's very acidic, you wouldn't want to drink it. But if I wanted something sweet and cold, that was the drink that I wanted, and I still want. Like I love cranberry juice, and it's supposed to help prevent UTIs, so that was a win-win for me. And another thing that I like for my drink are smoothies. One, because it's just such an easy and fast way to get all of like your healthy stuff done in one shot, but also I would incorporate papayas into my smoothies. So papaya itself, like just eating it, I don't like, but I do like it in a smoothie if I mix it with like a banana and almond milk or whatever. And I drink papaya smoothies because they're really good with constipation. It's supposed to help with your digestive system, and constipation is another symptom that I had. I still have it. Ugh, I know it's horrible, but constipation is real. And papaya really helped me. It's just a natural way of doing it. And I would notice, I don't drink it every day. I wish I could because I know it would help my symptom. But if you are suffering from it, you can try having a papaya smoothie if you don't like the fruit itself, how it tastes. And yeah, it just, I would notice like maybe after a day of drinking it, like it would just help me go a lot easier. So papaya smoothies helped me out with that. So other symptoms that I had was, of course, nausea here and there. Not that much I can say, but I would definitely get nauseous. Vomiting, luckily I did not vomit too much. I'd say probably 3 to 4 times so far. I pray that I don't vomit again, but vomiting wasn't really a big thing. It was mainly just like that heartburn. Another big symptom that I had was how sleepy that I would get. I would get so sleepy, and that was also very different from my first pregnancy. I did not have that symptom, and I would hear people tell me like, oh, like you would get so, like they would get so sleepy, like it's this type of tiredness that you just couldn't help, but you just had to sleep. I definitely know how that feels. Like no matter how well I tried to sleep, like get my whole 8 hours or whatever, power naps, blah blah blah, like I was so tired. I don't know if it's different because I have a 2-year-old this time around on top of it, but I was just so tired and I would just have to sleep. Like that's it, I just had to sleep, which made me think that I was having a girl, but no, nope. Because they say if you get sleepy a lot, it's a girl, but no, I'm having a boy. And that was just a new symptom for me, was like that sleepiness. Another thing that happened during my first trimester was I would break out into rashes, which I don't know if you can tell now, but I do have eczema, and apparently the pregnancy has really made it pop out because I never had these rashes before. I get them on the side of my face, I get them here, and I am trying, of course, not to use steroid cream on it, but sometimes they flare up so bad that I just need to put it. Looking at my notes, another symptom that I had was peeing. I would pee a lot. Like I don't remember that my first time around. This time around during my first trimester, I peed like if I was in my 3rd trimester. Like it was something, especially in the middle of the night, which sucked because, there's like nothing like sleeping and then you have to wake up because you have to go pee. But yeah, I would pee a lot. Another symptom was bloating. I had a lot of bloating. That's kind of calmed down a lot. It would just make me look like I was 18 weeks pregnant when really I was just like 10 weeks pregnant. So I had a lot of bloating. What else did I have? My first trimester, I had all those symptoms. I remember at 10 weeks, so at 10 weeks is when I started developing headaches. So I suffer from migraines, and they say if you suffer from migraines, then you are gonna tend to have them even more during pregnancy. And at 10 weeks, I remember specifically the headaches started happening. And it always happened towards the end of the day, and it was just so annoying because I would start feeling better in one symptom or whatever, but then now I'm like getting these headaches all the time. They've gotten a lot better. I don't get them as often as I used to. It's actually been a few weeks since I've gotten a headache, thank God. I'm thinking it's due to all of the water that I'm drinking. Like, I don't know, I feel like hydration it's just a huge role, and I feel like my body just definitely needs it. Like if I don't drink my water, I run into all of these little symptoms. Like at least that's what I feel like with my first pregnancy. But anyway, my first pregnancy, I remember I went like a month straight with a full-blown migraine. Like it was horrible. This time around, because this was around the same time that I got those really, really bad headaches. And this time around, I haven't gotten them as bad. I hope that I don't. But I'm thinking they're a lot better because I'm drinking a lot more water this time around. So another thing was that a lot of people say they get morning sickness, so you kind of expect that first thing when you wake up. I actually felt my best in the morning. It wasn't until after I ate my first meal, like my breakfast, that I started feeling really, really sick. I feel like it's because after eating, like it starts waking up your digestive system, and so now all of the heartburn, all of the acids, everything is like active now, and it would just stir up all of this like heartburn. But before then, like sometimes I wouldn't even want to eat because I was like, oh my gosh, I know if I start eating, I'm actually gonna feel worse, which is very weird, but it's true. So I actually felt my best in the morning. It wasn't until the evening and nighttime that I felt the worst. Like it was like so bad. So I had like a little routine that I did, and I'm gonna show you like my little kit per se. This is what I had with me. I still have it with me like next to my bed, like in my nightstand. So This is like my little night kit, or even during the day, just whenever I need to like feel better. This is like my little go-tos. The only thing that's missing is I did have like a little peppermint oil when I first got pregnant, and that just helped with the nausea. But now what I have is vapor rub. So I don't know if this is just a childhood thing and it just mentally makes me feel better, but whenever I was sick, my mom would always rub this on my chest and put a little bit in my nose. So I love the smell of vapor rub. It is just so healing and relaxing to me. It just really makes me feel better. Oh yes, it's just so relaxing. Like, get yourself something that will really calm you down. So at night, because I felt so bad, I would get my vapor rub. I would put a little bit like on my nose, not like all up inside your nose, but just put a little bit on your nose, on my chest, and it would just help me relax. And then I have this little thing. This little thing I bought like years ago. I didn't buy it specifically for pregnancy, but it just does help me relax at night. So if you have someone with you, like if you're married or whoever, your boyfriend, whoever, have them massage you a little bit with this, and it will definitely like help relax, because hello, you're getting a massage. And this specifically like feels so good. Sometimes like if he's knocked out and I will just do this on myself, and it feels so good. Like, I love it, especially like around the shoulders and the neck. I get like goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps. Okay, so this is really good to have to help you. And then I bought myself an eye mask. This was like a must because my husband likes to sleep with the TV on, like the volume off, but he just likes the TV on. So I need complete darkness. So I bought these, and they're really, really good. I got these off of Amazon again, so I will link it down below. They're really, really soft, very comfortable. It has padding on the back, so it kind of pops up a little bit so that the mask isn't pressing on your eyeball. You know what I mean? Like, it's not literally like pressing on your eyes. It gives you a little gap between your face and your eyes, if you know what I mean. So it makes it a lot more comfortable, and it's a little Velcro so you can adjust the size. And it helps, and I sleep with it every single night. So I put this on, I like get a sniff of this, and it helps relax me. Also, I have a little heating pad, and this helped with my headaches when I would get them at night and I wanted something hot. I would just have this to heat up and use to relax. So I would have this. This is right next to my it's on my nightstand, and I use this every night to help me unwind and just kind of like fall asleep. Also, because my heartburn was like the worst thing, I would drink or eat a bowl of cereal. So what I would pretty much eat every night was a bowl of Cheerios. So I didn't want like anything with flavor. I just wanted like almost like you just kind of like want like bread or something, like you know how a lot of people eat crackers to help with nausea and stuff. I wanted something like that. So it's just like the plain like whole grain Cheerios. I mean, you can buy whatever you like, but that's just what I liked and what helped me. And I would put some banana slices in there to just kind of help fill me up. I would eat it and go straight to sleep. Like, I know they say that you shouldn't go to sleep right after you eat, especially like lay down, because that can cause more heartburn. But honestly, like, I did it that way because I wanted to fall asleep before I started feeling the heartburn. Like, if I stay up after I eat, I'm gonna feel it. I didn't want to feel it, so I went straight to sleep and avoided feeling the heartburn. Okay, so I'm going to show you some other products that I use for my belly to prevent stretch marks, even though I know they say it's what's the word, genetic. It's genetic. My mom got a lot of stretch marks with me and my sister, but I used this one for my whole first pregnancy, so I plan on using it the second time around. I didn't get any stretch marks. Hopefully I won't again, but it's okay if I do. But anyway, this I love because I have sensitive skin. Like I told you, I like break out in that rash. So I wanted something that is just like unscented and, you know, as organic and as, you know, nice as possible, I guess. So this is the Honest Organic Body Oil, and What are the things? Let me see. It's plant-based and I really love it. It's actually empty, like I've already used the whole thing, so I need to get it again. They used to have them at Target, but I got mine at Amazon because Target doesn't carry it anymore. I don't know if another store does, but you can buy it off of Amazon. Again, it's actually very affordable. I think it's just like $10 for this. So I use that for my belly. And then for prenatals, which is a very big thing. Like, I did as much research as I possibly could, and I will tell you this, if this is your first time around searching for the perfect prenatal, there is no perfect prenatal, in my opinion, because one prenatal you will love, but it will lack like one vitamin, or the other prenatal will have too much of this vitamin, or it's lacking this, or it doesn't have enough of that. Like, they're all different, so just do your best. So with that being said, I mean, just consult your doctor, see what's best fitted for you and what your preferences are for a prenatal. But there's just so many out there, and they're all so different in their own little way. Like, for the most part, they're all gonna have the main stuff, of course, but there's always gonna be like one little thing that you're probably not gonna like. I don't know. So I did the best that I could, and the one that I chose was Garden of Life. So it is this one. And it is organic, it's non-GMO, it's gluten-free, it says, and you only take it once a day. The only thing with this one is that it doesn't have calcium, so I would just have to take that by itself, separate from this one. So this is the prenatal that I used. And then I do take a DHA because that's supposed to help with brain development. And this one I read really good reviews about. Like, every blog that I would read or any type of website that I would go to always had this like on their top list of DHAs to take. So I bought this one. I bought it off of Amazon, which is great as well. It's called Nordic Naturals Prenatal DHA, and it's also non-GMO. And this you take twice, so it's 2 little like gel capsules, and you take them twice a day. And I like it. It doesn't have like a fishy taste. They both actually I tolerate pretty well. They don't make me feel nauseous, and I don't burp any like weird taste to it. So these are the 2 that I take every single day. And then some other stuff that I bought, I will show you. I bought a, what are these called? A belly band. Let me show you. I bought this one off of Target. So this is the Bella Band for Target, but what it is, it pretty much, when your jeans don't fit anymore and you can't button them up or zipper them up, you just place it right there, and then you can just put like a shirt on top or whatever. I will say it's not comfortable. Like, I don't really like it. I feel like I'm always feeling like I have to adjust it or I have to roll it down. Like, even though it has like this little adhesive to help stay in place so it doesn't roll up, I feel like it still does because you're just like walking around and stuff. But it does come in handy. Number one, I feel like if you're on a budget and you just can't really afford to just go and buy a whole bunch of new clothes because you don't fit in all of your old clothes, this is something that you can have temporarily until you can buy some new stuff. So when I would like need to go out like very last minute to go to the bank or just run an errand or whatever, and let's say like you don't have any of your laundry done, which is like the story of my life. I feel like I'm always behind on laundry. I can just throw on some of my jeans that don't fit me anymore, but I would just use my belly band just enough to keep my pants up because, you know, I can't button them, but then again, if I don't button them, they're gonna fall down. So this just is like a very, it's kind of like an emergency thing for me. So it comes in handy, honestly. So it's not the most comfortable, but it comes in handy. Another big thing that I bought is compression socks. So with my first pregnancy, and I know I say first pregnancy a lot, but I guess because now I know a lot because of my first pregnancy and all the symptoms that I had. So I feel like I'm much more prepared this time around. I mean, I hope that I am. You can only do your best. Every pregnancy is different. But anyway, so with my son, I got so swollen. Like my feet, it was scary. Like it looked like they were just gonna pop. Like, it was very painful. I don't know why I got so swollen. I didn't have high blood pressure, diabetes. Like, I don't know why, I just did. So it was so bad, and by the time that I wanted to wear compression socks, it was already too late. Like, they were so painful and nothing would fit. So you know compression socks are supposed to be like really tight on you. So I am starting from very early on, which my perinatologist told me to do as well to better my blood circulation, is to start wearing your compression socks like as soon as you can. So I don't wear them every single day. I definitely wear them to work, and I try to wear them as much as I can, but that was one big thing. And these are the ones that I bought. So they're from Amazon. This brand also had really good ratings, and I read or whatever. It was mentioned a lot in a lot of different websites and reviews, so that's why I chose this one. And they come in different patterns, different colors. The one that I bought has like a little floral pattern to it, because of course they're not like the cutest thing to wear, but they will help you with your circulation, help to prevent swelling, and it is just very, very good to have. So I never wore them the first time around, and I am making sure to definitely wear them this time around, and hopefully I won't get as swollen as I did. But so these are the ones that I bought. Let me show you again. It's this brand, and I'm gonna have it linked down below, and they're supposed to be really, really good. So, and they're actually comfortable. Like, I don't mind using them at all. So last thing I'm going to talk about is cravings, is food. I feel like when it comes to food, it was such a challenging thing during my first trimester. My cravings were like through the roof, and in the sense that I can only eat what I wanted to eat, and that's what a craving is. But it was so difficult because for example, like dinner and lunch was the hardest thing for me. When it came time for breakfast, I think that was like the easiest, most simplest time of the day for me to eat. Like, I pretty much love anything breakfast, and it was the only time of the day where I felt like I ate the healthiest. So of course, like when you find out you're pregnant, and especially if it's your first time in pregnancy, like you want to eat your healthiest. Like, you want to eat your salad, you want to eat your greens, like you want to make sure the doctor's going to tell you, everyone's going to tell you like, oh, now you have to eat healthy because you have to eat healthy for baby. But honestly, like the first trimester is just survival mode. Like, you need to just eat whatever it is that you need to eat to get through the day, and just call it a day. So for me, as much as I really do love eating healthy, like I don't have a problem with it, it's just not what my body wanted. And as much as I tried to fight it, I just couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't eat the salad. Like, I wanted Taco Bell, I wanted McDonald's. Like, it would be 10 at night and my husband would go and get me a beef burrito supreme with extra sour cream. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, so of course, consult, go through with your doctor if it makes you feel better. But for me, like, I'm at a point now where I am back into wanting to eat healthy again. And with that being said, I would definitely like budget, because again, like my channel is also related to like budgeting. I would definitely take note and know that your grocery budget is probably gonna go up a lot, because for me, I needed to make sure that I had everything in my fridge and pantry, so that whatever I felt like eating that day, I would have. Because if you're feeling sick, the last thing you want to do is go to the store. And I just wanted to make sure that I was prepared to make any kind of meal. So like one day I really wanted fettuccine, the next day I want tacos, the next day I want salmon, the next day I want like spaghetti. Like, I needed to have all of my ingredients. So be prepared. Your grocery budget might go up a little bit, but that was just something that I was like struggling with my first trimester, was just like finding foods that I just wanted to eat. Like, there were days where I didn't even know what to eat. Like, it was so hard. Like, I didn't even know what I wanted. It was weird. Alright guys, so that is it. I think I covered a little bit of everything that I went through during my first trimester. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I would love to have you here, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. But that is it. Thank you guys so much, and see you in the next video. Bye!